Welcome back to part 2 of Money Lessons for Financial Wellness. I hope you guys are staying safe by adhering to government regulation. In a crisis, every action matters. However small it is, it matters a lot. So whether it's wearing that mask, whether it's washing your hands, we must work together to make sure we kick out COVID-2019 out of our country. The situation we are in right now is like being in a plane that is experiencing some problems. So the government is the pilot and we are the passengers. Instead of criticizing the pilot, we should try and see how we can help the pilot to solve the problem. So let us support our government in fighting COVID-2019. So right away to our lesson. Lesson number 1 is start a side hustle if you don't have one or you're not in business. The reason I'm advocating for you to start a side hustle is not necessarily to convert you to become a business person or build a multi-billion empire out of it, but essentially is the moment you start a side hustle, it builds your character. You become a different person. Your priorities change, the way you view your time, the way you spend your money. And I think that is the essence of life, to grow, to become a better person. And we grow through challenges. By starting a business or a side hustle, it challenges your character traits, leadership skills, decision-making skills, planning skill, organization skills, and so many other skills that most probably in a job setting are not applied. So if you're challenged, you'll awaken the giant sleeping in you and you're likely to become a better person even if you don't become a successful business person. So go out there, try something. So lesson number 2 is have a budget. A budget is very, very important because it helps you to live within your means. I know when most of us hear of a budget, we think it's rocket science. It's something that is so complex and only an accountant can do that. But it's something that all of us can do. It should be simple. A budget is simply allocating a percentage of your income, that is net income, to the following 4 items. Number 1 is your needs. These are things that you cannot do without. That is food, shelter, and other things that you cannot live without. Number 2, they are wants. Wants are simply things that make your life comfortable, make your life better, improve the quality of your life, but there are things that you can do without. There are things you can live without. So item number 3 is savings. You're supposed to save money either for investment or for retirement or for whatever other reasons that you have. And item number 4 is charity. It is important to give back to the society to improve the lives of those who are weak or vulnerable. And if you watched our previous video, we say that you're supposed to spend at most 70% of your net salary, allocate 20% to savings and 10% to charity or tithe or whatever else you choose to do with that. Again, that 70% that you're supposed to spend, it should be split into 2, into needs and wants. So needs should take priorities and whatever is left should be allocated to wants. And there's a recurrent expenditure that I would really want you to watch to make sure you keep it on check. That is housing. You're not supposed to spend more than 30% of your net income on housing. So make sure you limit it to 30%. That is what is recommended by experts to make sure you're on the right track when it comes to financial matters. Again, in budgeting, there's another trap I would want you to watch. This is what we call lifestyle inflation. This simply means that every time you have a salary increase or increase in income, you adjust your expenses with the same amount. In case you're not careful, you might find yourself in such a trap, and this will limit the amount of money you are likely to save. So be careful not to adjust your spending as your income increases. Lesson number 3 is do not peg your hopes on another party to change your life, another party outside you to change your life. By this I mean the only person who can change your financial life, the only person who can control your financial life is you. The only party that you're supposed to rely on to help you navigate in your financial life is your God and you. The rest of us may give you partial support, but do not expect 100% support because you also have a life to take care of. The reason I'm saying this is that because there's this tendency by us human beings to want to blame other people for whatever is happening in our lives. The troubles that you're going through, we want to point out fingers out there. So it is important we take responsibility. For example, blaming the government for your financial woes or whatever other challenges that you may be facing financially is an easy thing to do. But let us reason together. Do you expect the government to change your life? It may sound pessimistic, but I'm telling you the government is likely to behave the same way in the next 20 years just like they have behaved in the last 20 years. The reason I'm saying this is because the game doesn't change. The players may change, but the game doesn't change. The forest is the same, the monkeys may come and go, but the forest remains there. So to peg your hopes on such parties or any other parties, whether parents or brothers or sisters, to change your financial life, it's futile. You're wasting your time. Take responsibility, change your financial life, because no one else can do that for you. Just like salvation, no one can do it for you. Take charge of your financial life, seek help whenever possible, and if that help doesn't come, just like they say, successful people look for circumstances that support their goals, and if they don't find those circumstances, they create them. So if you do not find an environment that supports your financial goals, create one. So stop blaming other parties for whatever is happening in your life. Number 4 is debt is not bad if it leads to forced savings or increased income. So if you use those two perspectives to evaluate whether you should take a debt or not, I think you're likely to make the right decision. By this, I simply mean that the income, the extra income that debt is likely to generate should outweigh the cost of debt. I'm not going to put a lot of emphasis on this one, but what you should do is make sure you avoid debt for consumption. If you're buying something that is not generating an income, then you're simply taking, tomorrow's income and consuming it today, which is a bad money decision. So avoid, taking tomorrow's income or future income and consuming it today, because that means that in future you'll have less income. You're simply putting yourself in financial trouble in future. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And for those who have subscribed, thank you very much for supporting. And the following 2 bonus points are for you as a way of saying thank you for supporting my channel. Bonus point number 1 is diversify regionally and sector-wise. By this, I mean do not put all your eggs in the same basket to manage risk. Markets are so volatile today because of globalization, so it is important to spread your investment in various sectors, just in case one sector is affected. Then the other sectors that you have invested in will support you. Again, if it is possible, it is important to diversify regionally. By this, I mean invest in other countries. When I'm saying this, sometimes government can get into a mess. Like, for example, what happened in Zimbabwe. Inflation, uncontrolled inflation spoiled the entire economy. It also happened in Greece, and it can happen anywhere else. So investing in different countries can save you just in case such a scenario comes up. Again, in your investment life, you're likely to make mistakes because we have blind spots and we have limited knowledge. What we know compared to what we do not know is minute. So you're likely to make mistakes when we are selecting assets. So by diversifying that, make sure that if assets are performing bad, others will be doing well, and cancelling the losses. Last bonus point is no one cares about your money more than you. By this, I mean you're not supposed to trust someone with your money 100%. It is important you trust them, but verify, keep monitoring, keep following up what they're doing with your money. If you have given someone money to invest on your behalf, it is important to keep on following, keep calling, keep visiting their offices to see how they are doing. The reason I'm saying this is the way capitalism is set, individual interests come first. And naturally, any human being under threat, self-protection comes first. So if an investor or an institution is experiencing some challenges and they have your money, they are likely to protect themselves first before they protect you. Be careful not to fall prey to those marketing gimmicks that I see around in adverts, saying that we put your interests first. It is important that you verify, qualify the people you give your money to invest on your behalf. That you will be able to safeguard your money from people who pretend to put your interests first and end up squandering your investment or your savings. So choose your financial partners wisely, but make sure also you keep on monitoring and following up how they are performing. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Hit the like button, share. See you next time.